Let's explore the memory of this machine. Starting off with the home button, we can go arrow down and into where it combines the white plus the black and touch OK. Here we have the option to combine letters, like what we've done with our name, and we could also combine decorative stitches as well. So we'll start off with the lettering because that makes the most sense to kind of see it all pull together here. So touch OK. You're going to have 2 American alphabets and 2 other ones. So let's just start off with the first one. You're going to get a whole bunch of letters, and as you scroll down past the Z, you'll get to European letters and symbols as well as numbers. But one thing I like to always show people, this is the space. So it's right after the 0 of the numbers, and then you have punctuation as well. So, and you can just go up and down through all the letters. So as you want to go ahead and put in a name, like if I want to put in my name, I'll start off with the S. And you'll notice as you put in each letter, it will come up and show at the top. So if you put in a letter that you don't want, you can push the clear button over here on the side, push clear, and that will backspace and clear that out. Now once you put something into memory, it will remain there until you clear it out. You also have right here where it says 3 of 100. That means you can put up to 100 characters in the memory into the one memory. So you can spell out a lot of things. All right, so touch OK, and then we could go ahead and sew that, excuse me. To sew it, what you want to do is touch return. Touch return again, and you're kind of backing out of it. Now you have a symbol you didn't have before, and this is the sewing screen. So you would arrow back here to the needle and thread and touch OK. Since my name had 4 letters, it's ready to stitch the first letter of all 4. If I wanted to just do it one time, what I'll do is actually, and I'm going to tilt this down just a little bit so you can see, you can touch the pattern in button one time and they'll actually come up once. And so you can just see that it's going to start at the beginning and stop after your 4th letter and not have to really think or watch, which is nice. Now, to put something else into memory, you can go ahead and come back here, arrow over to the trash can, and you can go ahead and delete it out. Super easy. Let's go ahead and try something else. If you want to do that other letters, we can go in, and this time, let's go ahead and put in my name again. Now this is kind of the nice open block, and you'll notice by the sample I've sewed out already how much bigger these letters are. So if depending on how much space you have, you can go ahead and spread things out if you need, or use a different font to keep it all kind of together. So we'll just go in through here and go over to the A. And then if I wanted to go in and add a decorative stitch, I could do that. So if I want to add in a heart, stitch number 413, I can come back. I'm going to arrow out, arrow back again, go to where the decorative stitches are, and now I can type in stitch number 413. And then that would actually put in the little heart. Now it is turned sideways, but it will actually not stitch that way. Now if I want to go back and put a little space in there, I can go ahead and put my cursor up to the top part and then add a space in. So I can go back into, let's go ahead and go back into the letters. And it doesn't matter which letters you go into, but we'll take this space and over. And since my cursor is between my A and the heart, by touching OK, that's where the space will go ahead and go. Now if you want to alter any of the stitches or letters like I have right here, I went ahead and put my name in here, and then I went, before I sewed it, and I adjusted the width down. So even though we don't have lowercase in the memory, we could pretend we have a lowercase by making the capital a smaller size. So we're going to return back out, go all the way back to the sewing screen. So that's going to be touch the needle and thread, arrow over, touch OK. Now we have 6 items in here, 4 letters, 1 space, and 1 heart. As I arrow down, I can see the letters as they have been put in, and this way we can actually adjust the width. So we can come down. I made mine 3 millimeters, but I'm thinking 3.5, actually closer to 4, would still give me that reduced look in that size, but without it being too small. So then I can just arrow down, change the width for each of the remaining letters to the same number, and then they would all be the same. So you can alter anything that you want as you go through the memory. Now, to go ahead and get out of the memory, just go ahead and go back to your sewing, and we can just touch OK. We're back to a straight stitch. We can turn the machine off and on again. 2 days later, we can come back and go into the home, go down to the memory or combi mode, and go in here, see what we have in memory, and either delete it or go ahead and return and sew it again. So whichever you'd like. And I'm going to go ahead and delete it so I'm not leaving that in there, and touch OK. And out it goes.